global response times. So first of all, let's say, what are people seeing here in this graph? What does this represent? And then what really jumps out for you about these global response times?
Great. We should expect the first two bars. The first two bars showing you that the majority of responses of communication, two-way communication, when you send a read and you get a response back, when you send a write, you get an okay back. The majority of them are fairly quick, right? Below 200 milliseconds. That's what we expect. I will say that I expected the spike on the first bar to be even higher than the second bar. The fact that there's still a fairly high ratio of response time between 100 to 200 millisecond, that's even higher than expected still. And I would suspect that majority of that is communication that gets routed through a BACnet router of some sort. But just put it in perspective, this conversation that Ryan and I are having right now over the internet, we're having a 10 to 20 millisecond of delay of my voice getting to Ryan. So the fact that in BACnet systems is taking more than 100 milliseconds, that's quite a bit more than a normal video call or internet traffic. But it's still reasonable in building automation systems. What I did not expect to see was that second last bump, that second modal, we call it, the one around the 1 to 2 second of 2 million response time in the 1 to 2 seconds. So it is showing that there are systems out there that have fairly significant delays. And even all the other ones, they're not insignificant. We're saying that if you add this all up, there's still a fairly high ratio of systems that have delays, over 200 milliseconds. And that's problematic, right? That's you wanting to read something and having to wait over 200 milliseconds for the response to come back, wanting to do an override and waiting for that to come back. 200 milliseconds probably is reasonable and acceptable, but you can see that ratio as you push it to the right is still not insignificant. This is noticeable as a human, right? You're refreshing your graphics, it's taking time to come back. Your commands are taking longer than expected. Keep in mind also, once you get north of 2 seconds, in that 6 second range, you're starting to run into those timeout limits.
Right.
Yeah, that's problematic. So I think this graph is just showing you is a strong representation of system performance. So again, the majority of system is working quite well, but it's not an insignificant ratio of systems that are slow. That's exactly what this is showing.